Hello, Atom here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Let's continue. The van stopped in the shrine's parking lot. Also parked there were numerous other vans with loudspeakers mounted on top of them to act as makeshift propaganda vehicles. Look, it's not propaganda if you're the one's doing it, okay? On the side of each vehicle was scrawled, "The damn project must be demolished. Defend our homeland to the last. No Oyashiro-sama Zango," or a slogan of a similar kind. They gave the feeling that even without using the loudspeakers, there was enough to overwhelm many onlookers. Vertical banners were erected in various places. The contents of those banners were similar. They were all objections against the dam, or crude insults towards the government. There were horizontal banners, placards, and so on and so forth. They proclaimed that, without a doubt, this was the headquarters of the Yonagafuchi Defense Alliance. For Rika-chan, however, this hectic place was also her home.
着きましたのですよ。ただいまなのです。
Rika-chan crawled over my lap and exited the vehicle first. Makino had noticed that I was looking at the protest banners.
神社はダム反対運動の事務所も兼ねてましてね。こんな風景もあんたらには反安保闘争みてえで懐かしいでしょ。
Anti-security treaty. Student movements against government policies, movements that bordered on terrorist activity, were at one time commonplace, if only in order to garner global attention. Students holding out in lecture halls, brawling with the riot squads that charged in. It was an age where wasting one's youth like that was widely considered a road to glory. It was slightly before my time.
私は別に活動家ではありませんので、普通に学び、普通に卒業しました。国の政策にあのような暴力や立てこもりで対抗しようというのには、私は同意できません。
はあ。あんた、それはそれで立派な意見さお持ちだね。
政策に意見したかったら、同じ意見の政治家に投票するか、自ら政治の世界に飛び込み、正当な手続きを持って意見を主張するべきであると思っています。
Don't feel like this is gonna really get many friends.
それが民主政治の原点です。それに、暴力で挑戦するなど、あってはならないと思います。
For a young one, you have some fine beliefs. I saw that feeling of respect reflected in Makino's gaze. At that moment, something tugged at my sleeve.
赤坂が何を言っているのか全然わからないのですよ。
Rika-chan, feeling like she was the only one who didn't understand the conversation, had a look of displeasure on her face. That expression was so charming, I had to keep myself from grinning like an idiot. It's often said that a father wants to spoil his daughter rotten. I think I understand that feeling very well.
ごめんね。リカちゃんには難しい話だったね。日本は平和の国だから、自分の言いたいことは平和的に訴えなきゃいけない。暴力で訴えてはいけない。ということさ。
No matter how much I explained, a girl who was just boasting about being able to carry digits over when adding things probably wouldn't understand. It probably wasn't something to talk about in front of Rika-chan anyway.
では赤坂、
Hmm?
僕たちの村はどうやったらダムに沈まなくなるのですか？
Even if I regretted my careless words, it was too late now. Here I was, at the main headquarters of an organization, telling them their way of doing things was illegal. Preaching that violence was not the answer. A complicated feeling had mixed itself in with respect in Makino's gaze. It was then I finally realized. It wasn't that simple. There wasn't a soul who would argue that what I was saying wasn't correct. Using violence to get one's way was something that everybody knew you shouldn't be proud of. However, right now, Himatsubushi was in a predicament that couldn't be overcome with peaceful means alone. The legality of the Himatsubushi Dam project, through the efforts of various propaganda campaigns enacted by the Yonaguchi Defense Alliance, was being called into question. If they further strengthened their campaign, they might be able to suspend or change the construction plans. But that was at most just a possibility. If the government proceeded with the construction as planned, it wouldn't be long before this place was at the bottom of the lake. If it wasn't for the unrestrained resistance of the residents of Himatsubushi, this place might already have been underwater.
僕たちはここでしか生きていけないのです。都会では生きていけないのです。
The words of this remarkably young girl were all too accurate, carrying with them the screams of the hearts and minds of residents of Himatsubushi. Of course, there was nothing I could say to respond to that. I could only respond to Makino and Rika-chan's heavy words with silence.
すみません。よそ者が気安く言えるような問題ではなかったですね。謝罪します。
Makino, unsure of how to reply for a while, could only laugh pointlessly.
お客人たちのようなよそに住んでる方々には関係ねえことです。ひなみ沢さ気に入ってくださったんなら、お客人のお友達みんなにもひなみ沢さ素晴らしいところだって宣伝してください。そういうのが何十年何百年と広がっていけば、この村さダム底に沈めるなんてふざけた計画もやがてはついえるんですかね。
He followed that with a smile that said, "Please don't think too much of it, Makino. Letting me not worry that much really was a stroke of good fortune." Becoming infatuated with the idea of making friends with the little girl had made me completely forget my apprehension at being in enemy territory. Being reminded of this right before I was going to step foot into their headquarters might have been a good thing. If we'd had this exchange in the middle of their office, if there was a short-tempered youth in there, they might have come at me. Thinking of how extreme they were, in the worst case, my life could have been in danger. It seemed that I looked quite despondent at that moment. Makino, thinking he had said something wrong, became flustered, trying to think of a way to improve my mood.
本当に軽率なことを言いました。本当にすみませんでした。
いいえ。そんなにお気にされないでください。
今日案内してもらった村のあちこちはどこもとても美しく素晴らしい場所ばかりでした。もう一度来たいと心底思わされました。そんな美しい村がダムの湖底に沈むことになれば必死の戦いになるのもわかります。
And somehow managed to use my despondent look to change the topic in my favor. After a bit, Makino had returned to his usual high spirits. It seemed he believed I completely sympathized with his point of view.
そうそう。そんな話はこれくらいにしましょう。本当にとても景色さいいところがあるんです。
行きましょうですよ、赤坂。
Rika-chan, seemingly happy to be free from all the boring and gloomy adult talk, bounded up the stone steps. There was no real need to run, but in order to catch up with her, I also darted up the steps. There were several tents belonging to the town council erected on the shrine grounds. Inside the tents were several folding tables and chairs, and a number of the other town council members were livening things up with chit-chat. They weren't saying anything incendiary like, "The damn project must be destroyed." It was just some relaxed idle chit-chat between local geezers. The normal sort of calming scenery. At the entrance of a shed that looked like a meeting place, There was a large sign erected with Onagafuchi Defense Alliance Headquarters written in bold brushstrokes. That was their base of operations. To be honest, it was a bit of a letdown. If you asked what I had been imagining, this is a bit embarrassing, but I thought it would be something much more dramatic, with barbed wire fences and barricades. No, that's just for the Sonozaki family. My first impression of the place, though, was completely different from that. It looked like a simple, backwater town hall. It didn't look like anything other than exactly that. The old folks who were chatting had noticed Rika-chan's presence.
リカちゃまじゃないの。もう子供はお家に帰る時間だよ。
I mean, that's what she's doing, isn't it?
ここは僕のお家なのですよ。
Exactly. The old folks guffawed, since she wasn't wrong. From that exchange, I could tell that this Rika Furude girl was loved by everybody.
牧野さん、その人
Sorry, Kichiro. Sounds familiar.
電話をくれた観光の人は
See the, what's it called? The chief guy. Yeah.
そんですよ。
He finally has a, portrait.
こちら村長さんに、ひなめ沢の組吉村長さん。
Yes, yeah. He smiled brightly, but there was no mistaking he would be scary if he got angry. By the look of things, this old man was the president of the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance, none other than Kichiro Kimiyoshi himself.
ようこそひなみ沢へ。いかがでしたか？静かでゆっくりしたところでしょう。
ええ。今日一日、美しい場所をいくつも堪能させていただきました。貴重な機会をお与えくださったことを感謝します。
へえ。今時の若い方なのに、また真摯な方だね。
喜一郎、赤坂に見晴らしのいいところを案内したいのですよ。
Thinking that the formalities between myself and the mayor had gone on for too long, Rika-chan butted into the conversation. For her to call the mayor by his first name, I felt it was a little strange, but none of the villagers seemed to mind. A girl of the Furude household, one of the three families. She was probably different than the average villager.
赤坂、こっちなのですよ。
Rika-chan tugged at my sleeve. Not resisting, I allowed myself to be pulled over. And, waiting for me, was a magnificent view.
これはすごい。
I mean, we've seen this view plenty of times now. Ooh, interesting there that we can treat the entrance gateway there. There was an observation deck that looked down on the village. They, knowing that this was the best view of the entire village, kept quiet as I stood there awestruck. I was holding a camera, but had completely forgotten to even glance through the viewfinder. This view, no matter what kind of film it was printed on, it wouldn't be able to show everything. There was a way to explain it. It would only be what I would be able to put into words. It was just such a breathtakingly spectacular view that I struggled to find a comparison. For a while, I was left awestruck. I could only stand there and wonder. A cool breeze helped abate the heat rushing through my body. That comfortable sensation also left me speechless. Rika-chan, who had been holding onto my sleeve that entire time, spoke.
僕の一番のお気に入りの場所なのですよ。
As she said that, she showed me another adorable smile. That smile seemed very fleeting. If you ask why, that's because the view from her favourite spot would eventually be submerged under the deep green waters of the dam reservoir.
こんな村が湖底に沈むことになってるなんて信じられないよ。
I said it quietly, so that only Rika-chan could hear it. I regretted it as soon as I did, for those words were all too cruel. However, Rika-chan didn't let them cast a cloud on her expression. In fact, she replied with a smile.
沈みませんよ。ダム計画なんて必ずなくなっちゃいますのです。
It was just like a little girl to say something like that. There was no basis for her saying so. It was just her wish.
赤坂はこの村が沈んでしまうと思っていますか？
沈んでほしくなんかないよ。
I knew how important the dam was. I knew that it was necessary. I just didn't want to recognize the sacrifices that would be made. I agreed with the project in general, but I couldn't agree with some of the details. But if it meant that this girl's beloved scenery wouldn't be taken away from her, I might be able to object to the dam. I might be able to ignore the interests of the nation, the development of Japan, all for the sake of one girl's smile. I'm not really much of a humanist, but how sentimental of me.
沈みませんよ。ダムの計画はもうすぐなくなりますですから。
Her words aren't just hopes and dreams, but were seasoned with a hint of resolve, as if she was talking about an unchangeably predetermined outcome, as surely as the sun rising in the east.
もうすぐなくなる？
Yeah, I thought that was a bit intriguing. The fact that she knows somehow. Wanting to ask her why she believed that, I turned around.
はい。なくなりますのですよ。
どうしてそう言い切れるんだい？
それはなのです。
She seemed to want to answer, but as though unable to find the right words, she swallowed back what she was about to say.
赤坂が何をしてもしなくても、ダム計画は今年で終わりになってしまうのです。
The fact that she's saying it with such certainty. Does she? I don't know. Because I'm reminded of from last part. The supposed Keiichi, my brother, at the festival did exactly what he did in the second part. So one of my ideas was that someone somehow knew the other path. From like her certainty, I'm thinking either Oyashiro someone told her or something, or it was Rika herself that somehow knew or knows. Anyway,
もう決まっていることなのですよ。
it's already been decided. That was a lie. If something like that had already been decided, then the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance would have no reason to continue existing. From my point of view, it was like they were doing nothing more than throwing themselves into an endless battle. If they knew the dam project was cancelled, it would feel much more relaxed around here. This village, though, could hardly be called relaxed. For evidence of that, I just had to remember how charged the atmosphere was at the checkpoint or at the bus stop. The villagers, with their misplaced resolve, were still fighting. And this girl, even knowing the villagers' grim resolve, had already declared their victory. The villagers throwing themselves into this endless war, and this optimistic girl who said they had already won. That contrast was somehow strange.
どうしてそう思うんだい？何か確信があるなら私に教えてくれないかい？
Rika-chan stayed silent for a while, seemingly choosing what to say.
だって
だって
No, and kids are like, because, just because. She looked like she was lost on whether she should continue or not. As if she was troubled on whether it was okay for her to say it, that kind of
決
expression.
まっていることなのです。他に言いようがないのですよ。
決まっているって言ったって。
It really is just like a little girl to say something like that. Couldn't believe it was actually true. She was the only one saying such things with such confidence. My real mission, that I had forgotten about during this fun-filled day, resurfaced at the back of my mind. The kidnapping of the minister's grandson. Had the Yonagafuchi Defense Alliance kidnapped the minister's grandson and already succeeded in negotiating for the cancellation of the dam project? Did Kimiyoshi actually already know that and was just playing dumb? Was that what this girl was really telling me?
赤坂
The girl called out my name suddenly.
なんだい？
東京へ帰れ。
Huh? I wasn't only surprised at that sudden command. Ever since I came to this village, I had never once mentioned I was from Tokyo. Well, based on my accent, she might have been able to guess where I was from. What was I getting so worked up over? It was probably the sudden and complete change in her demeanor.
あなたはさっさと東京に帰った方がいい。でないとひどく後悔することになる。
The girl had been holding my sleeve the entire time. She'd been tugging at my sleeve since hurriedly dragging me over to show me this wonderful view. This was the adorable Rika-chan that I'd spent the entire day with. There was no way she could have been replaced with a doppelganger when I wasn't looking. She'd been holding onto my sleeve this entire time. But somehow, this girl was someone other than Rika-chan. She looked like Rika-chan, but she wasn't. She was some girl I'd never met before. The girl had told me in a different voice that I would eventually regret coming to this village from the bottom of my heart.
それがあまりにもみすぼらしくて気の毒な姿だから今のうちから警告してあげているのです。
どうして私が後悔することになると。
いちいちうるさいな。
I couldn't believe that I was hearing such cold words coming from Rika-chan's mouth. I just couldn't believe it. Was somebody impersonating her? Using ventriloquism or something? Thinking that, I wanted to take a look around, but the girl's gaze had me pinned down, making me unable to move.
あなたの親はあなたが赤信号の横断歩道の真ん中にいるときどうして危ないのかを全部説明し終えるまであなたの手を引っ張らないの？
And she's not at all talking like a kid.
引っ張るでしょ。まず歩道まで連れ戻してからなぜ危険なのかを解くでしょう。つまりはそういうこと。
The girl I had spent time with, Rika Furude, would not speak like that. She would speak with a cuteness befitting her age, with brief, childish remarks, expressing her emotions honestly. She definitely wouldn't speak with such pointed words.
警告はした。
Did she perhaps lead him to this view so that she could talk to him alone, without anyone else finding out about her?
勘違いしないでほしいのは私があなたを嫌いだからこういうことを言ってるわけじゃないってこと。死んでもいい人に危険なんかを教える必要はないのだし。
君は誰だ？
Yeah,
リカちゃんじゃない。
that face. soon as I accused her of not being Rika-chan, she let out a strange, quiet giggle. And the fact that she's like this, even like 5 years before the rest of the paths. It was a laugh not befitting a child of her age. It was like she was possessed by something. Her change was just that total and complete. Was Rika-chan being attacked by some terrifying phenomenon? That occult idea came to mind without any sort of hesitation. Rika-chan is acting strange. Somebody, help! Thinking that I'd yelled that, I turned to where the mayor was. Immediately realized he was looking at us with a smile. That's right. To him it looked like nothing more than me and Rika-chan fooling around. Didn't notice that there was something terrifying happening to her.
赤坂の怖がり
The girl had obviously grasped that I was afraid. I feel like there was a hint of something else when they first brought up the protests and noticing that and calling me a coward, she laughed again. That cackling girl, approaching me in a strange manner while still laughing, lost her balance and fell flat on her face. Rika-chan fell down. If it was just a while before, I would have extended a hand to help her up without hesitation. But now, extending a hand to this ominous girl who looked like Rika-chan but wasn't, required a bit more courage than I had at the moment. Was this also planned by her, perhaps? And the villagers will see him not helping up Rika?
Me.
The girl cried out thus. She then squirmed upright and dusted herself off. Afterward, she looked around restlessly as a blank expression crept across her face. You've got to be kidding me. Was she making fun of me? That way of acting. It was as though, after being possessed by something, she had lost her memories of what happened.
冗談だろリカちゃん
Me.
I don't know if Rika-chan heard me or not. She just cried out like that, as if questioning herself.
お客人リカちゃまもお茶が入りましたよ塩大福もあるからにぜひ食ってきんさいな
An old lady wearing a smock was waving energetically from the entrance of the office. Hearing that there were snacks, Rika-chan's expression changed.
わーいなのです
A carefree smile. That was a familiar smile, the one that belonged to the embodiment of my ideal daughter. Any hint of the creepy girl that was just there, spouting sinister words, had vanished.
ほらリカちゃま手を洗ってきんさいねバッチおててにゃ食わせるまんじゅうありんせんねちゃんと洗いますですよみー
Rika-chan responded with vigor, running off to the washing station that was along the side of the office. She stopped halfway, turning around to call to me.
早く来ないから僕は赤坂の分までおまんじゅうが食べられてホクホクなのですおててを洗わない人はおまんじゅうが食べられないのですよ
No matter how you looked at it, that was Rika-chan. Those words and the way she said them, no matter how you heard them, they were definitely Rika-chan's.
ほんでお客人大人なんだからお手本を示してやってくださいな
The old lady urged me to wash my hands. Without any resistance, I lined up beside Rika-chan at the wash station. Splish splash. I stared at Rika-chan, intent on washing her hands properly like she had probably learned at school.
みー間違っていますか
間違いって
僕のお手手の洗い方です金シールを4個しかもらったことないです
On that note, I think I'll end it here for today. I hope you all enjoy. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.